What's up, fam? Big Lou here with another Gladiators Media production. Today, I'd like to discuss with you countermarch, backwards, reverse riding, whichever term that you prefer. Now, in this video, you will see me demonstrate countermarch riding. Following that, I will be sharing my personal opinion on it. Shout out to the AMP Collective for providing the Nikola Plus that we will be using in this demonstration. The AMP Collective is DC's very own full-service provider of EUC sales, service, and support for the DMV and the nation. I will post their contact information in the description below. Riding in reverse on an electric unicycle is the acquisition of an entirely new riding skill. As a new skill, the learning process will be similar to the process of learning to ride in EUC in a forward direction. You will need to adapt or learn to balance the wheel while traveling in the direction opposite to the customary forward direction. You will also need to learn to use your eyes to adjust your direction. Now, this is much different and more challenging than going forward, since humans with forward position eyes typically and most comfortably move in that same forward direction. Now, when I'm riding countermarch, I keep my hips and shoulders straight and pointed forward at all times. Controlled swiveling of the hips and shoulders to adjust position is perfectly okay. However, moving them or swinging them from side to side will cause you to lose your balance. Now, this is the same concept that applies when you're moving the EUC in a forward direction. When we start out learning to ride EUCs, we often instinctively believe that swinging our hips from side to side will somehow help us to restore our balance on the wheel. When in reality, swinging the shoulders and hips from side to side is precisely what causes the frequent dismounts that we have all experienced when learning to ride. The instance that we learn to keep our hips and shoulders upright is also the very same instance that we actually begin to ride our EUCs. Now, this very same principle applies when going in reverse. You must keep your hips and your shoulders upright and in line. You can swivel them in a controlled fashion when necessary to regain control, but moving them from side to side will cause you to lose your balance. Now, why should we learn to countermarch ride? Countermarch riding or reverse riding and pendulum swinging are skills that can serve you well, both psychologically and physically. Learning new skills increases our self-confidence by helping us to remove and surpass previous limitations. It also helps us to feel more attuned to the wheel's dynamics. And physically, it improves overall riding skills and can aid in the successful mastery of emergency maneuvers and safely avoiding hazards when you're out riding. So where should we ride? Listen, guys, countermarch riding is dangerous. Our eyes are naturally positioned on the front of our heads, not the rear. Quite frankly, when you're riding in situations where you're sharing the public roads with cars and other people, you risk endangering yourself and those other people, in my opinion, when you're riding countermarch. So my advice, my recommendation is to stick to practicing and showing off your countermarch skills in more isolated areas and away from heavily trafficked or even moderately trafficked public roads and streets. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please post any questions or comments about countermarch riding in the comments below. If you like this content, then click that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and good luck with your practice. Peace.